What is up, guys? This is Pinzo back with another video today, and what I have for you guys is actually a very highly requested video. This is an item tier list. Denim put this together to me. Shoutouts to Denim for putting this tier list together for me, and we're gonna go through. I looked at it briefly. It's pretty much all the tier 3 items in the game. There's some random tier 2 items in here that I'll probably just skip. But we're going to go through the tier list. So this is how we're going to do the tiers. This is S tier is broken. These are the items you're going to build every game. I threw this in here. This is S asterisk. There's obviously the last patch added 25 new items. Some of those are very, very broken, but they will definitely be getting nerfed. They will probably go in here because it's just, they haven't even had a balance patch yet. A tier, solid items. You see these built a lot. B tier, they're solid. They're decent. Built either situationally or only some heroes want them. C tier, not very good. F tier, terrible. Pretty self-explanatory at the bottom at the bottom of the tier list. I believe this is primarily alphabetical. There might be some stuff here and there that's out of order, but we are just going to jump into it. So starting us off, Absolution. Situational item, decent when it's good. If you are playing a character that likes attack speed and you want the damage mitt when you get hard CC'd, then it's pretty solid. So there you go. I will also, there's a hell of a lot of items on this tier list, so I'm going to be trying to go somewhat fast. If you guys have direct questions about any given item, let me know, and I will try to answer them in the comment section down below. Crests are also on here. So speaking of crests, Abyssal Dart. This is the new Assassin crest. And this is going to be a pretty common theme as we go through the new crest specifically. Not great. I mean, it's fine, but like, are you really picking Abyssal Dart over Nex or Witch Stalker? Like, no. Realistically, no. So it's kind of an illusion of choice thing. The item's not terrible. It's kind of cool, but you're not really picking it over the other really good crests. Aegis, very good item. Like low-key, almost S tier, but Aegis isn't really the linchpin that makes like those HP bruiser builds really, really good, right? Even when like it was just build Overlord Aegis every game. Like Overlord was the primary offender there, right? So Aegis wasn't necessarily that. Very, very good item on anyone building HP who wants to build power. Outgrot here. I'm gonna let's add a this is random T2 items because I don't know why these are in here. We'll just put some of these stuff in here. Alternator and Alternator. Pretty good. I don't think it's quite an S tier item. I'll put them both in here. It's one item, but whatever. They're fine. It's fine. Once you get it evolved, it's a pretty good item. Until then, it's kind of mediocre. Makes your right click do more damage. Obviously, incredibly hero dependent, but not bad. This is Amulet of Chaos. I think it's okay. I don't think it's one of the better mage items. Base stats are pretty poor, IMO. Passive is really good on a couple of heroes, but most mages don't really care about getting their combo back instantly like that. Like, it's just not quite as impactful because it's percent cooldown reduction. So at most on heroes that like on, Bell or Gideon, your damaging abilities are getting like 2 seconds taken off of them, which is not quite, it's not super insane. But I don't think the item's bad. Astral Cat. If you're playing against Muriel and you're playing a tick damage mage, you're probably building this, otherwise you're not. Og. Og's fallen off a little bit recently. Once they nerfed it down, they nerfed the base stats, they nerfed the passive. I think it's okay. You're still building this maybe on some Bale builds, some Crunch builds, but you're not building it every game on everybody. Azure Core. I don't think this item's super good at the moment. I think after they buffed Time Warp, I don't think you're going Azure Core very much anymore. Like, it's probably, realistically, it's probably still B tier. But you're just not building this as much anymore. I would maybe build this against Kalari. Because the shield actually will keep you alive, but it's not super worth it on just a normal mage build all the time. Bazzi, I think Bazzi is very good. I think this is a very underrated item on the offlane, because especially if you're an auto attacker like Grux or even Bale, if you're going the Cursed Scroll Bale build, The issue always becomes if you want Rapture and Cursed Scroll and Overlord, right? If you want those items, they have great base stats on them. They don't have ability haste. Bazzi becomes your kind of one-stop shop for ability haste because it has 20 haste on it with very good base stats. And the passive is just a bonus. 30% armor shredded just got buffed. It's just a bonus. I think it's a very good item. Berserker's Axe. Decent. A couple of junglers really like this item. That's really the only time you're building it. Xeris, right? Crunch, maybe, right? These characters that have these good engaged dashes are really the only characters you're building this on, but it's good on those heroes. Brimstone, Brutalix. It's fine. Situationally good cleanse for Warrior Crest. Cat Drive and Cyber Drive. I'll do these together. Where are these going? I think these are like C tier. It's a pretty fake item. So the issue with Cat Drive, you guys will see me build it every once in a while. There is like a 5% of the games that you play a character like Sev. Cat Drive is a good item, but most of the time it's kind of bait. The issue is that so pen items in this game are really good. The percent penetration items, Caustica and like Demo and Perforator, are very good items. And the issue is that Cat Drive, you buy it and you finish the item in like 8 minutes. And by the time you stack it, it's like 18 minutes. And by 20 minutes, the enemy ADC should have Demolisher online, assuming that they are building correctly against a tank. So the issue lies in the fact that you get, what is that, 2 minutes of having insane armor against the enemy ADC until they get 50% pen off of their one item, and then your armor is kind of worthless. So it's just kind of a fake item. On a character like Steel, maybe it's a little better, but I would only build it if you were against just some demonic team comp. Like, I built it the other day on Sevarog because I was against 5 physical. So I just built Cat Drive, and then I built 5 physical defense items, and I have 500 armor, and I'm unkillable. Very good in that situation, but there's another item that kind of took this spot that we will get to at the end of the list. Caustica, good. One-stop shop for pen for mages, very good against tanks. Pretty much building this every game, so very good item. Citadel, good item. Built a little bit less right now. There's a lot of really good, and especially once we get to the new items, there's a bunch of really, really, really good bruiser items in the game. So Citadel dropped a little bit, but I still think the item is quite good. Claw of Hermes. I think this item is super bait. I don't think it's good. You would think, oh, why don't I just build this on Bellica? The bonus damage is nice. The damage that it does on your autos is negligible, and the base stats are kind of mediocre. I would really only build this on like Quang or Aurora. If you're like passive Aug, Prophecy, Typhoon, Aurora, this is probably okay. But I would almost just not build. I would not build this on a ranged character at all. Just simply wouldn't. So I don't think it's good. Combustion, broken. Probably will get nerfed, but a broken item. Absolutely just an insane item. Incredible base stats. Wave clear, bonus damage, scales with the game because the damage the combustion does is percent AP, so it just adds 20% scaling to your first ability. Has a way to reset it, right? If you hit people with abilities, you get your combustion cooldown back faster. It's just an insane item. Just a really good item right now. If they nerf it again, right? If they nerf the passive on it at one point was like, well, I think it was down to like 14% scaling, and they buffed it by like 2% each patch till it hit 20%, and then everyone started building it, and it was broken. They were like, well, shit, let's take that down. It's down to 18 now. Very good item. Really good item. Cresselia, I think this is okay. They nerfed it. It was really good on a couple of mid laners for a couple of patches, like around LAN in August. But I think they've nerfed it enough to where you're not really building this on mid laners. Support, it's a solid item on support. Like characters like Muriel, Decker really like this item. I wouldn't really build it on anyone else, but I think it's solid. Crystalline. I actually haven't seen people building Crystalline as much anymore. There's a couple of other really good magic defense options, and Crystalline doesn't get as much value. There aren't the mid lane meta right now. It tends more towards burst mages. Characters like Gideon Bellica, Howie are very good at the moment. You don't see very much Iggy Gadget, who Crystalline, like Morigesh, right? These characters that do a lot of dot damage. Crystalline, very good against those characters. Less good against the burst mages because you don't really stack the passive, but decent item. Crystal tier. Yeah, I mean B tier. It's again, I maybe should have even put an extra tier in here, honestly. This is just a Narbash item. I would almost build this on no one but Narbash. Maybe you build this on FaZe if you have like a Grim ADC. But it's just a Narbash item. Really good on Narbash. That's just the only champ I'd build it on. First ring. This one is kind of funky because low-key, I think this item's going to get nerfed. I think it's going to get nerfed. It does not... The characters that abuse it have other issues. Zinc specifically abuses this item because of her passive. Her passive is broken, does too much damage. You stack applications instead of refreshing, right? Her passive, the dot damage just does too much. But I do think Cursed Ring will get nerfed. I think they'll take like 5 power off of it. That's not going to be a big nerf. I don't think they'll touch the passive actually, but I think they'll take like 5 power off of it, and then they'll nerf Zincs. But I do think this will get nerfed. Dawnstar, very mediocre item. Very, very just who are you building this on? Steel, maybe, right? It's a support item. The damage reduction passive is actually pretty good, but it's just the base stats are very mid. Like, I guess you could build this on Decker maybe, but like, I just don't think it's worth it. Deathstalker, also just not a very good item. Like, realistically, people who are building... If you're building Pen, which is what Deathstalker rewards you for building, most of the time you're building Pen because you're playing an Assassin or an Assassin playstyle, aka Wraith or Pen Sparrow. In those builds, you really don't want to be auto-attacking. Like, that's just not really how it goes. If you're playing a character like Klarya or Feng Mao, you want to kill someone with your abilities. You might be auto-canceling, but attack speed doesn't affect that, so it doesn't matter. If you're playing Sparrow or Wraith, like Wraith specifically, you're playing out of auto attack range for most of the fights, right? So you're not getting a whole lot of auto value. Sparrow, you could go Deathstalker. That would be the only champ in the game I would actually build it on. But even then, I think a lot of the time you're playing outside auto range, and I just don't think you need it. Demon Edge, not good. Even as an anti-shield item, I wouldn't even call this situation. I just wouldn't build it. If you're playing a physical character into a Muriel, bummer. Like, just a Demon Edge isn't going to help you enough to warrant building it. What is this item called? This is the new magic defense support item that gives you 20% damage mitigation. I think this item's pretty good. I do not know the name of this one off the top of my head. I apologize. But Devotion. Got it. It gives you if you take more than 100 magic damage at a time, it gives you 20. It reduces it by 20%, so you get 20% damage mit against mages. Late game, pretty good item. Nobody is building it. I do think it's good. It's cheap. The base stats aren't amazing because I think it's a support item. It's priced as a support item, but actually pretty good against characters like Grim or Bell, Gideon. Late game, pretty good. Divine Potion, low-key good item, by the way. I'll put Divine Potion in here. Low-key a good item. Draconum, also a good item. Very good, in fact. Characters that have healing in their kit love Draconum. If you right now, we'll get to Manta Scythe in a bit, but like if you on Sereth or Boris, right, you see Manta, Sky, Draconum a lot. Draconum bonus healing. The Draconum, it has decent base stats, 15 haste item, which is huge on those Manta Scythe Sky builds because you don't get haste off of any of your other items. So 15 haste is really big. 25% increased healing and heal on takedown is pretty crazy, especially if you have healing in your kit. If you're playing a character like Acheron, where your right click heals you, or Grux, where your right click heals you, pretty nuts item. Dread, meh, mediocre. You could go this if you really wanted magic defense on a character like Feng Mao, but like realistically, no. Like you can, but 3 seconds of magic damage mitigation. I mean, you could build this against like Grim, maybe. If you lose that 1v, maybe this makes you win. I just don't think it's worth it. Dreambinder, mid. Who are you building this on? If slows stacked in this game, it would be nuts. Slows don't stack If you guys are unaware, slows do not stack. So if you like a character like Gadget, you don't get double slow on your right click, right? You don't get to slow them by 35% on Gadget right click. It's not how the item works, not how slows work. If they did, it would be nuts. I just don't know who you're building this on. Maybe Morigesh, maybe Aurora, Gideon, right? Gideon ult is technically not a slow, so the slow does stack with his ult, but like why? Just build a good item, you know what I mean? Dust Devil, decent carry item. Like a 5th, 6th item on characters like Grim. This is a pretty good item. Sparrow, it's not bad. Dynamo, pretty good support item. You see this a lot on Decker, Richter, Steel, first item. Just giving bonus damage to your team just by CCing someone is really good. Just a very, very good support item. Decent base stats. Yeah. The Rock. The Rock is not terrible. I will say this item, clicking this crest just gives you the most cancerous controls of all time. Why this is controlled by WASD instead of your mouse movement is insane to me that it's in the game like that, but the crest is okay. It's good. You get CC immunity, you get move speed, you get a stun if you hit people. It's a good crest. But the fact that it is controlled by WASD is crazy to me. That is absolutely insane. I hate it personally. Earthshaker, very good item. Like Loki, almost S tier, very good. Any bruiser, any melee bruiser that wants to fucking walk into a fight and click buttons, you're going to be auto attacking at some point. This is a very good item. Terra, Crunch, Acheron, Bale, very, very, very good item. Echelon Cloak, not a good item. Funny, but it's not a good item. Sorry, guys. Elefrost, pretty good, pretty like solid. If you want a little bit of damage, this is a good item as a defense item. Enra's Blessing, I think this item is low-key nuts, but people aren't building it yet. People haven't figured it out. If you're playing like an AP support, or a magic power support, sorry, when I say AP, guys, also side note, when I say AP, it's because the people that I play Pred with are very league-brained, and in League, magic power is called AP, ability power. When I say AP, I mean magic power. If you're playing a magic power support or magic support like Decker or FaZe or Muriel, it's a really good item to just give your team shields when they get CC'd. Pretty strong. Entropy, good on a couple of mages. Good on Iggy, good on Gadget. Wouldn't really build it on a whole lot. Maybe Morigesh, but, you know, Rena, I guess, and all of the tick mages like this item, but it's not for everyone. Envy, fallen off a little bit. You just don't see this as much anymore. They destroyed this item's damage. The crit that this item gives is significantly reduced, right? So normal crit, I think, in this game is 160. I could be wrong. It could be 165. They've changed the number a little bit. Like 165% of your normal auto, right? Normal auto is 100% damage. Crit is not 2x. It's 1.65x. I want to say it's 165. I think that's correct. But Envy's crit is 1.3, which is 35. Like, it's significantly reduced. The silence is neat, but more of a novelty. It's okay. Stasis, really good. Like borderline S tier. Really good crest. Being able to get CC and damage immunity is really, really good. Being able to stall out a fight is really good. A couple of characters use this really well, like Rena. Very, very, very good crest. Equinox, I don't know why you would build this. I think this item is terrible. Maybe it's just because assassins are too OP right now. Like, maybe if assassins weren't broken, the Equinox shield would actually save you. Right now, it is not a big enough shield to save you. And this is not saving you from a Kalari diving on you. I just don't know why you'd build it. They took the true damage off of it. It just does not seem worth it to me. Everbloom, Narbash, you know, Narbash Muriel like this item. That's about it. Good item, though. Eviscerator, decent crest. I'll put it... Dude, this is kind of why I wish I had another tier. I'll put it here. There are a couple of characters that really like Eviscerator. Sereth, Boris. You can go this on Grux. You can go this on Sparrow or Eden. It's not terrible on a couple of heroes. Most of the time, the issue is the person building Marksman Crest on your team is generally your ADC. and Pacifier is broken, you would generally rather have Passy. Exodus. Same issue. Loki, I'm going to put this actually down. I think this crest is not very good. It is not a full stun on the knockback. It is an interrupt. It is a 0.1 second stun, which means the stun isn't very good. The knockback is good. You can use this. I've built this against, if I'm playing ADC against Kira, it lets you interrupt her ultimate. It's kind of nice, but I don't think that it's enough to warrant building this over Pacifier most of the time. Again, similar to, what was the other crest that Abyssal Dart? Similar to Abyssal Dart, there's just better options. Fire Blossom, decent tank item if you want some damage. I don't think it's insane. I don't think it's like super broken, but it's a solid item. You see it built quite a bit. Fist of Riz has had some fall off. They nerfed it a little bit, but honestly, I don't think it's bad. I think people are just building the other tank items. You also aren't seeing a lot of tanks played right now. Like characters like Sev and Steel, right? You don't really see these characters played out. Like Steel, Richter are almost not played outside of support right now, right? Sev is maybe the exception, but even him, he feels kind of weak at the moment. He loses to a lot of the bruisers in offlane. So you're not seeing a lot of these tank items built right now, but I don't think they're bad. Flex Matrix. I'm going to put Flex in C tier. I think it's just too situational. It really is. Like the only character you're building this on is Steel or is Sevarog, and I would only build this on Sev if I have big magic damage on my team. If I have a Gideon or a Gadget, right? It's pretty much the only time I'm building this ever. It's just a little too situational for me to put it into the decent tier. Frosted Lure, a decent support item. If you're playing melee support into melee support, if you're Steel into Morn or Richter into Morn, right, then I think this is pretty good. You build this first item in lane, it makes you kind of tanky, it makes you really annoying to fight against, you have a slow on command. I think it's a decent item, just situational. Frost Guard, similar. I would build this against multiple auto attackers, pretty good split defense item, split defense HP, like good base stats. I would build this if I was into Zinx, the cringe Zinx build. This is decent against. The attack speed slow doesn't do much, but the double defense plus HP is pretty nice. Decent tank item if that's what you're looking for. Gaia Greaves, very good. Loki, like probably bordering S tier. Good item. Good base stats, has a damaging passive, gives you move speed. Really, again, 15 haste item. Just really solid item all around. Galaxy Greaves. Good on the supports that really like it. You're not really building this outside of support, but characters like FaZe, Muriel, Decker, even Richter kind of like this item just for a little bit of extra mobility, get to dodge some damage. Pretty nice. Goshen Greaves. Decent. I haven't seen anyone use this to crazy potential yet. The damage that it does is kind of mid, but having a double jump is kind of good. So, I don't know. I don't think it's bad. Giant's Ring, not bad. Again, another just like solid tank item. Sevarog really likes this item. Any tank who wants their cooldowns back, like even like a Richter, really likes this item. It's just a decent tank item if you need it. I'm gonna put this in B tier. I'm gonna put whatever this item is called. It's on the tip of my tongue, bro. It's okay. It gives you a little bit of defense, a little bit of magic power. Decent against Kalari. Like if you're mid and if you're playing something that gets farmed by Kalari or you're scared of a Kalari, you can build this second and it's okay. That's really the only time that I would build this. Outside of that, not great. Gravitum. I think this is not a good crest. I will be honest. This crest has some issues. I don't know if they're intended. But this does not act as an interrupt. I don't know why. There are certain abilities, like multiple times I have used this crest as a reaction to specifically to Bale and Boris ultimate, and it does not stop their ultimates. I'm not sure why. But it will hit them and they will just ult me anyway. I don't know if that's intended. It just doesn't work. Outside of that, realistically, this sounds like it would be good against a character like Wukong. It's just, whatever, man. Like, Wukong's up on the cloud. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, even if you get him down, are you really going to catch him? Like, just go Judgment. You know what I mean? Just go a Broken Crest instead. Hexbound Bracers, pretty mid. Like, Yeah, I'll put it in C tier. It's good against the auto attack Bellica build that's going around right now. It's really good against that build. It's okay against the Zinx build, but not as good. Decent against Skylar, decent against Eden. Wouldn't build it if it wasn't for those characters. Horned Plate. Ice Scorn Talons. I still think this crest is really good. You're seeing it built a lot less. You're seeing a lot of Judgment right now off of Warrior Crest. But I still think Ice Scorn Talons is good. AoE slow, power, good for objective damage, good item. Imperator. Broken. Loki. Broken item. Anytime you are building ADC and you are building crit, you are building Imperator. That is just it. You will never, ever see a 5-item ADC that doesn't have Imperator. No reason not to have it. Really good item. It drastically increases your DPS. Has good base stats to on top of that, which is just a bonus. Really, really good item. Infernum. Infernum, I don't think the item's bad. You're just not seeing it as much right now. Even on the Assassins, on Kalari, you're not really building this ever. You used to build this on Fang Mao, TB, stuff like that. You build this on like Eden offlane right now. But I just don't think it's insane. I think it's aight. Inquisition, very good. Very good. Any tank right now is building Inquisition. This is kind of the go-to magic defense item at the moment because it does damage. If you're playing Sev, Richter, Steel, this is kind of your go-to. I want some damage, but I want some defense item. And now we have an option on magic defense. Previously, all of the damage-dealing tank items were physical defense. Now we have one for magic, so you can get a little bit of magic defense online with your Inquisition. Judgment, really good crest. Just a really good crest. Short cooldown, does damage. It's not a lot of damage, but it adds, 150 damage to the fight. Heals you. Again, 10-second cooldown late game. Very, very, very good crest. Leaf Song, it's fine. I would build it against, like, Gadget. That's about it. It's good if your goal is to get away from slows. You can build this if you have like Terra Grux on your team, right? If you have two people who if you have two bruisers on your team who want to go in but don't have great engage, right? Like a character like Xeris has really good engage. A character like Grux or Terra, they kind of have to walk into the fight. Leaf Song is really good with those characters. Legacy, one of the better defense items in the game. When they changed Legacy to have HP on it, it's really good. It's now a magic defense, physical power, HP item, and it has a pretty good passive on it. If anytime you're playing a bruiser against a character like Richter or Steel, I would pretty much build this. I think it's very good. Liberator, it's fine. Again, the similar issue with the other carry crests is just it's just a little outclassed. It's fine if you need a cleanse. You're playing against Richter, you need a cleanse, go it. It's fine. But Lifebinder, mediocre. Very, very situational item. You're only building this on Morigesh. Like, who else are you building? Who else are you building Lifebinder on? Maybe Rena, because her ult counts as single target. But the main issue is that there's only one magic lifesteal item in this game, and it's Lifebinder. And you can't really get in Smite, right? You can get like the Anubis effect, where because there's multiple magic lifesteal items, if you build multiple of them, you can kind of heal through anti-heal. Because lifesteal is reduced on AoE abilities, you can kind of offset that by having a bunch of fucking lifesteal. In this game, because there's only one item, you can't really do that. It's just not really worth trying to itemize into that. You'd have to go like Lifebinder Magnify. That's not very good. Not worth it if you're not single target. Morigesh gets value out of this. No one else does. Life Core, solid item. You're building this maybe on like Rena, Gadget, mid, if you really want to add a little bit of support capability to your team. It's not bad. Lightning Hawk, broken item. Once again, an item that you will see on nearly every carry build in the game, right? Who's not building this? Like Twin Blast is maybe not building Lightning Hawk. Pretty much everyone else is building Lightning Hawk. I think this item is incredible. Again, really good base stats, really good passive, just a really good item. Feather, bad item. Sorry, guys. It's funny. It's bad. Lunaria, also a bad item. Don't build this. I don't know who you're building this on. You're building this on Muriel mid. Like, what are we doing here, guys? I don't know who you're building. Maybe phase, but even then, like, you don't do enough damage to stack this to make it worth it. So who are you building this on? Maybe if you're going like auto attack zinc support, right? You go like Prophecy, Spectra, Curse Ring, Lunaria, and you get in a little extra healing. I just don't think it's worth it. Lux Forge Lantern, actually not a bad item. Built it on jungle a couple times, didn't feel that bad. Really good on physical damage supports. You're playing Bale or Grux or Xerath support, pretty good. That's about it, though. Magnify. Got buffed. Loki got buffed. It's no longer a Spellblade item. It's now, essentially, it's Magical Viper, right? It's a shred item. I think it's better than it was on mages. I think on... like offlaners, your bruisers, it's still okay. It's not good on Quang anymore, but it's good on Aurora. I'll put it in B tier. I think it's okay. Malady has had a huge fall off. Malady is not a bad item, did not get nerfed. I'm going to put it in B tier because Mantis Scythe is an item that exists. Speaking of which, Mantis Scythe is possibly the best item in the game at the moment. If Mantis Scythe wasn't broken as hell, you would still see the assassins building Malady. Because Mantis Scythe is broken, you're just going this instead. You are just foregoing Malady. Mantis Scythe, broken item, absolutely insane item, cheap, decent base stats, scaling passive, and ice 15% increased damage against an isolated target. That is a huge damage increase, if you guys are unaware. That is the main reason the item's broken. Really, really, really good to have that increased ISO damage. If just a phenomenal item. Will in fact be getting nerfed. The item itself, this is my guess for the nerf to Mantis Scythe, is -2 penetration on the item and then minus bonus damage on the ISO. Probably down to like 10%. But it's just a nuts item. Insane. Marshall, good support item. If you have multiple auto attackers on your team, it gets better. Even if you just have one, if you're playing Phase or Zinx, this is a very good item. Megacosm, very situational, borderline C tier, very situational item in my opinion. I'm almost not building this on mid. I just don't really see the point. Like, you're not killing a tank anyway just because you have Mega. You maybe add a couple hundred extra damage to him in a fight, but like, whatever. I would build this if I'm playing Gadget or Iggy or those two champs. I wouldn't build this on any of the burst damage mid laners. I don't think it's worth it. Mesmer, a mediocre item. Good base stats, but it doesn't have a damaging passive, just the Spellblade. I would really only build this if I was ahead on jungle. If I'm playing Kallari or Fangmao and I'm really far ahead, I would build Mesmer to block an ability, hopefully live through a fight. Good then, not a fantastic item elsewhere. Mind Razor, still a good item. You're just not seeing it as much right now. Again, Mantis Scythe kind of has the entire roster in a chokehold at the moment, and it kind of just does the same thing. Even on like Wraith mid, I would rather have Mantis Scythe than Mind Razor right now. That's just how it is. You don't really need a clear item when your autos do double damage, so Mind Razor just kind of fall into the wayside with Malady. Mist Meadow Buckler, mediocre. There are just better magic defense items at the moment. You're not really building this on a tank, and on bruisers, there are now some better options with things like Legacy having HP, so I just wouldn't really build it at the moment. Mutilator just got fucking eviscerated. Oh my god, they destroyed Mutilator. So Mutilator has been an okay item for a while. It's been like a situational item for a little bit. And they stopped it from hitting multiple times on multi-hit abilities. This now will only proc one time on every ability in the game. So things like Terra Q that used to get 3 Mutilator procs don't get 3 Mutilator procs anymore. So why are you building Mutilator? I don't know. It does have HP damage on this. You could still build this into a tank, but realistically, the bruisers right now don't need this to kill tanks. The bruiser items are really good at the moment, so you don't really need this to get to deal with a tank. And you just don't see it built because it was already situational and they nerfed it. So I don't think it's very good. Necrosis, a decent carry item. Good on Kira. Decent on Murdoch. I think it's maybe okay on Twin Blast. It gives your ult some extra damage, gives you your ult more often. Decent base stats, like Tainted Round's base stats, not terrible. T2, Nex. Probably the best assassin crest right now. Nex and Witch Stalker are both quite good. Bonus damage on characters like Kalari and Feng Mao, pretty solid. Nightfall, decent item. Good base stats, cheap. You're going this kind of later in builds right now if you're building Assassin. Like on Kalari, this is like a 4th or a 5th item at the moment. You're not really building this on Feng Mao, but decent item for those pen characters who want a little lifesteal. Noxia, good mage item, really good mage item. Like right now, Burst Mages, Gideon, Bell, a lot of the builds are going just Combustion, Noxia first 2. This is a 20 haste stick with good base stats, damage passive, HP passive, right? Like the very, very good. Nuke rounds, not a good item. I don't know who you're building this on. I don't know why you would build this. You can build it on Drongo, I guess, but even then, just build another item. Just build a damaging item, and it's probably better. I think this item is very mid. War Boots. I think War Boots has fallen off a little bit. You're just not seeing it very much. It's still good. Gives move speed. Has healing on it. I just think like everybody has anti-heal in every game, so the healing is kind of mid. The move speed is nice, but move speed on a tank, like what's the point? Are we repositioning? Are we running away? I just don't think it's worth it. Oathkeeper. Good on characters like Shinbi and Quang. Wouldn't really build it on mages, but not terrible. Obelisk. I'm going to put Obelisk in C tier. I think this item is not fantastic. The issue now is that Occult Crest actually got one of the few crest upgrades that is good. The Snowstorm is actually a very good crest upgrade, so it actually knocks Obelisk down a tier further. You can go this on one-shot builds. You can go this on Shinbi, Quang, one-shot builds. It's fine, but I don't think it's insane. Like, I would almost rather just go the Sleet Storm rather than Obelisk. Like, the slow is going to give you just as much extra damage as Obelisk does. O-Crown. S tier. Realistically, O-Crown and Imp are kind of in here by default because these are capstone items, right? Like, these are just, you're going these on every mage and every ADC build. Like, these are just capstone items. They give you a significant DPS increase. It's a really good item. Does it need a nerf? No, it doesn't. It's expensive as hell. Both of these items are expensive as hell. They give you a huge DPS increase when you finish them. That's the point of the item. Omen. I think this item is a little better than it's being built. It's not being built at all right now. I think it's good. Once the Bruiser items get nerfed, you'll probably see this come back on Feng Mao. Outside of that, you don't see this on a whole lot of heroes, but like Feng Mao, Kalari, I think use it pretty well. Onyxian Quiver, you're not seeing this built right now. It got nerfed. It got nerfed again a couple patches ago. You're just not seeing it built right now. There's just no real point. Yin is the only character that builds this because she gets the melee passive, and the melee passive is really good. The ranged passive, the multi-shot is kind of mid. Orb. I'm going to put Orb in C tier. I don't think this item is worth it. You're going a scaling item. It does have good base stats on it, but it doesn't have ability haste. You're going an HP build. Right now, a lot of the things in the game don't care if you build HP. They're just going to kill you anyway. Like, auto attack Zinx doesn't care if you have 2,000 HP or 4,000 HP. Like, she's just going to shred you. Things like that. I just don't think it's super nuts right now. Orion. Decent item. You're seeing it on these auto attack builds, on these cursed ring builds. It's not broken on those builds. I think it will still be good when cursed ring gets nerfed. Characters like Bellica, if you go Prophecy Orion into just normal mage build, I think it's quite good. Outside of that, I think it's very, like, you're not going to build this on an ADC, you know what I mean? Ortis, decent Assassin Crest. Not as good as Nex and Witch Stalker, but a solid option if you want a more snowball-y crest selection. Overlord, nerfed, still decent. I'm going to put it in B tier. Again, overshadowed by Manta Scythe, even on Bruise. Like, characters like Bale are building Manta Scythe over Overlord right now. I think it's still okay. They nerfed the early game, still good late game. Decent item all around. Overseer. Solid item. You build this on characters like Rena, maybe Gideon, these characters who want their ults to just start slamming. Rena, it's really good because of the lifesteal. Gideon, similar. I think you can build this on mages. There's more pen options now, so you don't necessarily need this, right? You can sub this out for Amulet of Chaos, but I think it's still a good option. Pacifier, insane. Crazy item. Crazy item. Loki, realistically, this is probably, I'll put this in A tier because, yeah, realistically, is it an S tier item? Probably not. But very good crest selection. Resetting dash on an ADC is very good. Bonus damage after you dash as well. Just mobility, period, on an ADC, right? A character like Revenant just gaining a dash on command. Pretty good. So very, very, very good crest. Painweaver, decent item. You'd see this more if Assassins were better right now. Assassins are very good, but Kalari is building Pen, but Feng Mao is building Bruiser, and Kalari doesn't like Painweaver quite as much. You might see this like 6th item, but most Kalari games don't go to 6 items. But the item's not bad. Penumbra, not crazy. There were some, when Overlord was really good, you were seeing some HP pen builds going around, and it was actually pretty good in those. I don't think the item is that bad. I'll put it in B tier. I don't think the item's that bad. You're just not building it a crazy amount at the moment. Like, there's just kind of better options. You would maybe build this on Feng Mao, like 4th, 5th item, but right now, again, the Bruiser items are just too good. You're just going to go the Volcanica, Carapace stuff. Plasma Blade, situational. Certain characters love this item. Really good on Skylar, pretty good on Grim, but outside of that, like, just kind of meh. Like, characters that stack it really well or use both stats, or it's good on. Outside of that, mediocre. Prophecy, situational. Again, certain characters love this item. Zing Spell at the moment, both really like this item. Outside of that, you're just not building it. It's a good item on those characters, but not on everyone. Pygmy Dust. Funny item. Funny item. I don't think it's a difference maker very often. Yes, it's fun to shrink people. You get to exhaust people. It's very funny. Realistically, is this saving, if your support is Pygmy Dusting the enemy Kalari going to save your duo lane? Not most of the time. Like, I'll just be honest. It mostly will not save them. Maybe every once in a while it will, but, like, I think it's kind of mid. Quantum Core, whatever, Warp Stream, bad item. Who are you building this on? Aurora support? Like, it's just not worth it. The base stats are low-key good, which is a kind of a bummer because the item just doesn't really do anything. It just puts your blink on a shorter cooldown, but you can't use it in combat. So, like, realistically, like, you have to use it to engage, but it's kind of awkward. I just don't think it's worth it. Raiment, not great. You're not building this right now. There's not a real reason to go like a big HP stick like this at the moment, especially with like the passive healing on this item is very unreliable. I just don't think it's worth it. Rapture, solid item. Good base stats for a bruiser in the off lane. Again, if you're going something like Bazzi where you get your haste online early, Rapture becomes much better late game. Razorback, good tank crest. You build this against characters like Gadget that have kind of undodgeable damage. You can just stand in Gadget ult. It doesn't do that much damage to you. Reflects a bunch back. Good against Sparrow, right? Sparrow ult. Anytime you're playing a tank and the enemy team has undodgeable damage, Razorback becomes good. Rebirth, funny item, not very good. Sorry, guys. Funny item, turned into a little drone. Haha, pew, 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 pew. I'm alive. But it's not. It's kind of mid. Reclamation, I'm going to put it in C tier. Very you're only building this against Faye and Aurora. It's the only time you're building this item. Decent in that situation. Only time you're building this item. Rezo, pretty mid. I wouldn't build it. You're not building this on Wraith. You're not building this on Twin Blast. You can do the funny like one-shot build on Crunch. It's kind of neat. Not a good item. Rifties, decent. If you're playing an engaged support, this is a solid item. You're playing Decker or Richter or something like that wants to flash Rifties ult, right? It's fine. Ruination. I think that's what this item's called. Yeah, Ruination. Mid. Yeah, it's an ADC item. It actually has pretty good base stats on it. It's fairly cheap, but it's just like the mana burn is not super worth it. It's hard to keep it up. Most characters don't do it very well. I just don't think it's worth. Salvation, good bruiser item. Loki, like probably A tier. Very good bruiser item. Good base stats, has a shield passive that gives you some Omnivamp. Pretty good. Sanctification, solid support crest. You need a shield, go Sank. Good item. Sapphire's Mantle, kind of mid at the moment. You're just not, like, it's similar to war boots. Like, why are we building this? It's kind of funny. You get big, you get to stack some HP, but like realistically, you're never really going Sapphires over Razorback or Rock. Like, they're both just kind of better crests. Trident. Oh my god. Scattershot. I don't think this item's going to get nerfed, actually. But Scattershot is a nuts item. Holy shit. They're, like, if you're playing a character like Kira is unfunctionable currently if you don't have Scattershot. The character is unplayable without Scattershot. This is such a good item. It's just really good. I don't even think it'll get nerfed. I don't think it really needs a nerf. It's just such a good item. Anytime you are playing a low clear ADC, even I'm building this on Grim at the moment. You know what I mean? Like a character with good clear. It's just a really good item. Lets you do more damage in a fight. Lets you clear the wave. Just it has really good base stats on it. Right, scales through the game. Very, very, very good item. Silentium. Broken. The best support crest in the game. This shit is insane, bro. Point and click silence. Instantaneous point and click silence is nuts. Characters like Kalari, Sereth, Fangmao really hate playing against this crest. It's super fucking annoying to play against. Just a really, really, really good crest. Sky Splitter. I think this item's pretty good. You're not seeing this on ADC so much at the moment, but on most bruisers, I still think this item is solid. ADCs aren't really building this, but yeah, like Grux or Bale or Boris, Sereth, these characters still really like Sky Splitter. Solaris, kind of mid. You would build this on Twin Blast, and that's about it. Maybe Crit Kalari, but that's about it. It's not a crazy item. Decent base stats, but it's not insane. Solstice, gonna get nerfed. This item is insane. Split defense power item that has a fat heal attached to it, and the heal resets on takedown. Crazy item. Absolutely crazy item. Characters like Fangmao, Boris, Sereth just absolutely love this item, and really, 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 really good. Soulbearer, solid crest. It's similar. What did I put Stasis in A tier? I'll put Soulbearer in the same tier as Stasis. These are the two options, right? If you're going Mage Crest, these are the two options. They're both quite good. They just do slightly different things. They're both safety nets, but just in different ways. Soulbearer, a little bit of move speed, big shield, lifesteal. Good on some characters like Rena, right? Rena really likes Soulbearer. Gideon, if you're True Silver Bracelet, really likes Soulbearer. Stasis just has a little bit of a different application in keeping you safe. Soulbinder, good on characters that can use it. Howie is the main one. Gadget, I think it's good on Gadget, but I actually don't think you get Soulbinder value as much on Gadget because you just don't care. You'd rather get your Entropy Megacosm online on Gadget. On Howie, pretty good item. Stacking power, good item. Let's see. Spear of Desolation. I'm going to put it in B tier. I think it's okay. On characters that you really need your ult, if you're playing, I don't know, if you're playing Kalari or you're playing Ultog Sparrow or something like that, it's good, but I wouldn't build it outside of that. It's not one of the better assassin items. Spectra, right now, it's okay. It goes in B tier. It's a pretty key part to these like Zinx Curse Rings build. But I don't think the item is super insane. I think it's just like this build is pretty nuts, and Spectra actually is a pretty good key piece of it. Spectral Schematics, a pretty good item, actually. Really good on Quang, Aurora, Steel, right? Like these characters who have multiple ways to proc it. It is quite good. Lots of damage, decent base stats, 20 haste. You can go this first and off lane, and you actually do quite a bit of damage. So I don't think the item is too bad. Let's, can I zoom out? Yeah. Didn't realize how big this tier list was going to be. Spellbreaker, mid. It's fine. I would build this on Gadget, maybe Howie. You can build this against Richter. It's just a lot of things take off Spellbinder really reliably, so you just have to be a little careful on either your positioning or when you're buying it. Spirit of Amir. Fine. AP junglers really like this. Quang, even if you're going Aurora, Shinbi, they like this item. It's not bad. Outside of that, would not build it. Stonewall, good tank item. Really, really solid tank item. If you are trying to eat damage from an ADC, you need Stonewall. Stormbreaker, not great at the moment. You're not seeing this a whole lot. Scattershot kind of took Stormbreaker's place because it has as good base stats, but it also has that funny little 20% crit number on it that makes it very good. And it kind of does the same job as what you'd want your Stormbreaker to do. Psionic Echo, mid item. They changed it. It's better than it was, to be honest. They buffed the base stats. They took the pen off of it. It's better than it was. I just don't think this item's super good. Again, it's something I've said 1,000 times. Auto attack cancels in this game are pretty fake, so having a better auto attack cancel from Psionic Echo just doesn't actually do much. Painted Bastion. I'm going to put it in B tier. You're not seeing it very much at the moment. Again, obviously, like tanks, you're not seeing tanks a whole lot at the moment, but this item, they're just kind of better magic defense items that have been introduced recently. Things like Legacy, Devotion, Void Helm, you're just seeing those a lot more than you're seeing Tainted Bastion. Tainted Blade, low-key broken item, really good. Insane damage increase, insane base stats, plus anti-heal. Really, really, really good item. Tainted Charm, mid. It's fine. I would build this on like Morn support. I think it's okay there. If you go like Frosted Lure into Tainted Charm, I think it's a pretty good item combo. Outside of that, wouldn't really build it. Tainted Guard, decent. I think it's fine. Not insane, but good anti-heal item, decent base stats, does some damage, very cool. Tainted Rounds, similar. I don't think this item's broken, but it's a pretty solid crit item that does some damage for you and anti-heals. Tainted Scepter, same thing. Good anti-heal item, does some extra damage. Tainted Totem, situational. Like, you're just not really... Tainted Totem is... You have to have the healing to get the benefit. It's a support item. Who are you building this on? Narbash, it's pretty good. Outside of that, wouldn't really build it. Trident, solid on characters like Kalari or Eden or Fengmao if you want the anti-heal. Tempest. Just outclassed. The new crest, the new occult crest upgrade is just Tempest, but if it was good, so just build that instead. Terminus, I think this item is low-key really good right now. I'm actually gonna put it in A tier. I think this item is really good right now. ADCs, the issue is that the only chance, if you're playing ADC and you're 3-item ADC versus, you know, a 3.5 item offlaner, because they're a little up on you, because that's just how the game goes, you will never, ever win against a bruiser if you don't have Terminus. They'll just kill you every time. I think the item is pretty important right now on ADC. Perforator. Again, assassin builds are actually not... You're not seeing assassins building assassin a whole lot at the moment, but I think the item's still quite good. Fengmao Kalari are still building this. Even on the Fengmao Bruiser build, you're going Perforator. Pretty good item. Has a slow, good base stats. 10. Epic. Time Flux Band. Funny. Not very good. Time Warp, good item. I don't think it's quite A tier. Good item. You can go if on those pen mid builds, you can go Combustion Time Warp into double pen or into triple pen, or you can go Combustion Noxia. Right now, Noxia is kind of the preferred option. Time Warp has a lot of haste. It is your one-stop shop. I really like it on Bellica specifically, but on a character like Gideon, you're just going Noxia over Time Warp pretty much every time. Tranquility, not a good item. I'm going to put it in F tier. Not a good item. Don't build this. Again, the issue with like Trank specifically is that it's on the same crest as Silentium. Sorry, dude. This is a broken item, and this is a mediocre item. You're never building this. Transference, good item if you have Muriel on your team. If you're playing a tank and you have Muriel on your team, you better be going Transference. If you don't have a Muriel on your team, meh, kind of mid. True Silver, good on the characters it's good on. Gideon, right, is really the only True Silver builder. Acheron can build it as well, but kind of mediocre on Acheron. On Gideon, can be really game-changing, depending on what the enemy team comp is. Typhoon, right now, Typhoon's pretty good. These Typhoon, again, the Typhoon Prophecy builds that are going around, quite good. The item itself, I don't think is broken. It's decent. They nerfed it. I think it's still okay. Tyranny is... Tyranny, I think, is okay. It's a decent bruiser item. It has solid base stats. It gives you your ult a little more often. Outside of that, no damaging passive is kind of a bummer. Unbroken Will, one of the better tank items. Again, if you need magic defense, if you're playing a tank, you're going Unbroken Will. Like, you just kind of need this item on tanks. unless the enemy team literally has 0 CC, if they're playing Muriel support, Kalari jungle, and I don't know, Morigesh offlane, and they have 0 CC, maybe you're not going Unbroken Will, but the item is just really valuable. Vainglory, this is what I was talking about when we were talking about Cat Drive, throwback to apparently like 45 minutes ago. Sorry, this video went really long, boys. I apologize. But Vainglory is quite good. Increased armor is really good. You stay in combat, you get more armor. Pretty solid base stats as well. Really good tank item. Vanguardian, mediocre. You can go this on support, and it's actually not bad. You can go this on Morn. You can go this on Muriel, Narbash. I don't think it's a bad item, but I don't think it's insane. Vanquisher, not S tier. It's a good item. Some characters abuse the hell out of it. Drongo, Eden, Skylar really abuse the hell out of Vanquisher, but realistically, the item is fine. Like it's fine. Viper, actually, I think Viper's pretty underrated at the moment, but on hit is not very good in this game, and that's when you would want it. A character like Skylar, I still think Viper's quite good on. Eden also, I think uses Viper quite well. Void Conduit, mediocre. You can go this on like more in support. It's not terrible, but it's not insane. Void Gazer, or whatever this thing is called. Mid. I don't think it's very good. It's like you shoot out a thing, it does a little damage, now you do more damage to that guy. I guess it's like a 1v1 tool, but like is this more of a 1v1 tool than Soul Bearer or Stasis? Like, is this better than being able to like Stasis Bell knockup combo, or to Soul Bearer on your Gideon ult and get more lifesteal and a big shield? I don't think so. Void Helm, one of the better magic defense items. Again, overshadowing a lot of the other stuff right now. Like, pretty much every time that you see 2 magic defense items on someone, it's either Inquisition Unbroken Will or it's Void Helm Unbroken Will. These are kind of the 3 magic defense options at the moment. Volcanic Broken, gonna get nerfed. Really good item. Any character that can spam cooldowns loves this. I would almost build this on Quang. Like, that's just how good the item is. Carapace, absolutely insane. Incredible base stats, plus the fact that it does damage and gives you a shield. Just an absolutely insane item at the moment. Warden's Faith, kind of mid. I would build this into either double ADC, or if they were playing like double ADC plus like Kalari, or if they're playing like ADC plus double Bruisers, if they're playing like Boris Jungle and Bale offlane or something like that. Warden's Faith's probably not terrible. Outside of that, just beyond situational. Windcaller, fine item on characters like Zing's Phase. Muriel likes this. Outside of that, not insane. Winter's Fury. This is the new crest that I was talking about. Quite good. I don't think it'll get nerfed, to be honest. I don't think it'll get nerfed, but it's just a better version of Tempest. It's a big AoE slow, does some damage, pretty good. Witchstalker, very good. One of the better assassin crests. If you need a cleanse, this is one of the better cleanses in the game. World Breaker, good on like a bruiser mage build. If you're going, HP, magic power Quang or Aurora, or even in the mid lane if you're going an orb build, it's fine. Wraith Leggings, insane item, absolutely broken, incredible base stats, damage dealing passive, absolutely crazy item. Xenia, it's fine. It's fine. It gives your teammates some shields. I'll put it here. Gives your teammates some shields when they stand next to you. Pretty good base stats, though. So, as far as support items go, not bad. And we're done. That was a lot longer than I thought it was. Low-key, I probably should have sped up. I don't know. How many items are there? There's a lot of items in here. I don't know. There's like 100 items or something. So hopefully that was fast. Hopefully you guys had sat down and got some food or something before this started. I kept it under an hour, so good job. You might have to watch it in 2 sittings, but I did my best to give you guys a 1-sentence reason on each item. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. But as always, I've been Pinzo. This video is done. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.